Suffolk Pod Show is produced and managed by podtalk.co.uk. I'm Mark Mason.
And I'm Susanna Hornby. Episode 45, introducing Catherine Allerton from the marketing team of the New Wolsey, our co-host for this episode.
Hi, thank you for having me on the show. This is really exciting.
Absolute pleasure to have you, Kat. Thanks for joining us. Get ready for some of the best behind-the-scenes chats, a peek into the lives of this talented team, and plenty of grown-up laughter. Introducing the full cast, choreographer and director of Jack and the Beanstalk, which is showing at the New Wolsey in theatre and via live stream. So wherever you are in the world, you can join in.
So we're starting with Kate Golledge, the director, and Darragh O'Leary, the choreographer. Welcome, guys. It's good to have you on here.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Sorry I sound like this. I'm not very well today.
Oh, I mean, we hope you get better soon. It's not sounding fun.
I can guarantee it's definitely not COVID. We're all testing multiple times a week, and I'm testing multiple times a day.
Well, I mean, our first question really is for you, Kate. Congratulations, first of all. We're watching your Jack and the Beanstalk grow and develop from the very beginning. How are rehearsals coming along?
We're having a great time in rehearsals. We did our first run through today of up to page 91. We didn't quite get to the end, but Act 1 is in really good shape and Act 2 is coming along. We got a bit stuck with the giant.
Right.
There's a lot to wrangle, but rehearsals are really fun. We're laughing a lot. We're making a lot of great music and everyone, I think, is having a really nice time.
Yeah, I think they are. I mean, I know they are. Everybody's smiling all the time, so, you know, they can't be faking it for that long.
Yeah, whenever we've seen behind the scenes or anything like that, it always looks like everyone's having a lovely time. So yeah. It looks great. And Darragh, welcome as well.
Thank you.
You play a very key part in the production too, choreographer. So, I mean, the movement really brings the show to life, doesn't it? So, and Jack has quite a bit of movement. Can you tell us a bit more about his sequences, showing his character?
Yeah. I suppose a lot of people think a choreographer just does the dance steps, does like the 5, 6, 7, 8 and off we go. But the whole show is filled with movement, like the stories that people's bodies are telling, the stories that the puppets, we've got 2 giant puppets in the show. I said giant. One is a giant and one is a cow. And also like the way Kate and I work, we work a lot with like the rhythm and the dynamics within a scene and within storytelling. So it's the choreography of everything, essentially, the kind of seen and visible and not so visible elements, but they're part of the rhythm of the storytelling. Yeah.
Can I ask, do you pick that up when you're looking at the script? Do you start imagining how it's going to actually play out on the stage, or do you wait until you're in the room?
It's a mixture of both. You can get kind of some clues from the script, but I find that I work best when I'm in front of the actors and you just see kind of their impulses and where they want to kind of drive something. You kind of go, I saw you did that there. What if we kind of move this and extend that and maybe make that a little bit smaller? So it's definitely a collaborative thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I imagine it's quite different choreographing puppets as well as humans as well. That the movements that you do, I'm assuming you have to change those up a little bit and that kind of thing because they're puppets.
I'd say the most difficult part of that is when you're working with more than one actor. So Bessie the cow is a front end and a back end, obviously. So it's getting both of those actors to work as one brain.
Yeah.
And also with the scale of these puppets we have, it's getting them to think about how might these things move at a slower and heavier pace, particularly the giant. He is like, what is he, 3.5 meters high or something like that?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's huge. So getting Joe, the actor, to think about how the movements might be just that bit heavier and slower and how might that kind of feed into the overall presence of the giant as opposed to Joe's natural 26-year-old actor movements.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the way that we work together is just observing who we've got in the room and watching what they bring and then drawing on whatever threads will help us to unlock something. It's like unlocking levels in a video game. So an actor will be doing something that we will notice and then either I in the text or Darragh in the movement will press for more of that. And then that opens up another layer. We're just always trying to open as many doors as possible.
Yeah.
So sometimes even things that you wouldn't think had anything to do with movement well, but it's something that Darragh says that will open up that door for them.
Brilliant. Very good.
No, that's really cool. And you're a really accomplished director, Kate. What drew you to this production? Why Jack and the Beanstalk?
Well, I had a lovely time working here at the New Wolsey on Aladdin in 2019. And so I was really excited to be asked back to do Jack. Jack is in every way more complicated than Aladdin, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got obviously the two puppets. Everything is big in this production. There's a big cow, there's a big giant, there's a big beanstalk. Also the live stream element, which Pete Rose said to me is really exciting, and it's very exciting to be working in that way. It's the first time that we have done filming as part of a process. We spent the first week filming all over Ipswich and on a green screen and in the forest and on a bus. And that was a really appealing thing to have to do as part of a production and something that was new to both of us. Yeah. But I think mainly I love working with actor musicians. They are just incredible plate spinners that can do multiple things at the same time. And you can just keep stretching them and asking them to do more things. And they just keep saying yes. So the spirit in the room is what drew me to the production. Yeah. There's such a sense of fun and such a can-do attitude.
Darragh, so you describe yourself as a choreographer, movement director, educator. Can you tell us a bit more about your work?
It's pretty varied, which I'm very, very grateful for. As a performer, I primarily worked in musical theatre for about 10 years or so. And musical theatre was all I did. But now as a choreographer, movement director and educator, I get to work across theatre, be it both plays, musical theatre. I also have worked in live events, a lot of Olympic ceremonies. So it's doing the work I'm now doing has kind of opened up a lot of kind of avenues, and it's become quite diverse and quite interesting. And it's there's never a dull moment.
We've noticed right from the beginning how well you two just absolutely work together. Amazing. What's the secret of your success as a partnership?
Food.
Okay.
We love food, and it's whatever gets us from one meal to the next, and all the other stuff's in between.
And also undying love and respect.
Oh, good. I'm glad there was something else.
Darragh is actually the best cook I know, so food is a big part of it. We usually discuss what we're having for lunch while we're eating breakfast, discuss what we're having for dinner while we're eating lunch. But in between, I think the secret to our partnership is we say yes to each other all the time. So if someone wants to try something, there's always the space for that, isn't there?
Yeah.
And I think as people, we're very different. And so we will often approach things differently. When you're making a panto, it's interesting because the audience will come and they'll see a lot of chaos. But in order for the chaos to function, there has to be order. And so I make the chaos and then Darragh makes it into order. And then from the order, we make it back into chaos again. Yeah. So I think the contrast in how we both are as people is a pretty good part of it.
Yeah. And I think that thing that you touched on as well about us moving across each other, we never feel that we can never chip in on each other's work. Like when Kate does the talking and I'm doing the dancing, Kate will sometimes say, oh, what about that in the dancing? And I won't take offense to that. And I might say, oh, the way they've kind of done that bit in the talking, what about this? She'll say, yeah, I haven't really thought about that. There is kind of a cross-pollination that we're not afraid of. We're not, which is another little secret.
That is. It's a good one. Thank you.
But if you want the recipe for the cheesy gnocchi bake that we had for dinner last night,
go on the BBC Good Food website.
We're asking everyone, so it's that time. Do you have, or can you give us one of your favourite Christmas cracker jokes?
Go on.
Mine is specially selected based on how I feel today. Why did the elf go to the doctor?
Don't know. Why did the elf go to the doctor?
Because she had tinselitis.
Oh.
Didn't.
I think that's more of a wah, wah, wah.
Oh, thank you.
Well, if you told us that button was there. All right, start this recording again.
We can do it for my joke. Okay. What is the best Christmas present?
Don't know. What is the best Christmas present?
A broken drum. You just can't beat it. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you very much for that. I will remember that especially. Listen, thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
And we wish you every success with the show. We cannot wait to see it.
Great.
It starts on the 25th, but we're going to put all that detail at the end of this podcast episode. So good luck and many thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Now we have Steve Simmonds and Daniel Carter-Hope.
Hello.
Steve Simmonds, we generally call you Romford, so I hope you're happy with that.
Yeah.
Daniel, we call you DCH.
Saves a lot of time.
So Romford will come to you first, or we should call you Dame Dolly Durden, really,
Yes.
at this point. You've been at the Wolsey many times before, but this is your second season in a row as our Dame. What's it like being back at the Wolsey?
Yeah, it's like well, it's better than last time because it's there's more show, which is good. But no, I mean, like last year was brilliant. It was the first time playing Dame in front of the Suffolk crowd, crowd I know and love very well. Yeah, so it's really exciting doing this one, and yeah, it's great. Yeah.
And DCH, you're playing Squire Snuffbox. What's his
Hooray.
role in Jack and the Beanstalk?
As often occurs in my illustrious career, he's the incompetent father figure.
Right.
Yeah, he wields the velvet glove of authority.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and obviously has a fleeting romance with another character in the show.
Who could that
It's
be?
it's not the cow.
Is that close, though?
In some scenes, it is.
I wanted it to
Got
be
the
the
same
cow.
amount of others.
Yeah, it has. It's terrifying. Just to give you an insight into rehearsing the romantic sequence, today, after a very busy morning when our hard-working Dame was drenched in sweat, I had to be nuzzled in her bosom.
Yeah.
And because we're not in costume, that meant face first into your sweaty cleavage, didn't it,
It
Stephen?
pretty much was that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was horrific.
Right.
I needed a skin graft. But, you know, we do this stuff for our lovely audience, don't we?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's more convincing and believable.
So, for the love of the job, you've got to do it.
Yeah.
You've got to go there.
You have indeed.
It was that great thing earlier, wasn't it? When I fell down, and then when I got up, there was the perfect outline of sweat of my shoulders.
Yeah, it's
on the floor.
It was the Turin shroud of Romford.
It was like the
in
worst,
sweat.
sweatiest poltergeist ever. It's just thing on the floor.
So Romford, I mean, the Dame is sort of the lead in any pantomime. You hold the show together in many, many ways. Can we expect the usual capers and one-liners?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the capers, all the one-liners, yeah. It's like... I always try and add different ones if I can. Some of the old ones always find their ways back in, don't they?
Somehow.
Somehow. Yeah. It's because it took me a year to remember them, so yeah. I'll do it again this year.
Well, you've got Joe's disease.
Yes, that's what it is.
We're a very close cast.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes make it up as you go along because it's working?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to the extent, I mean, a lot of like the slapstick stuff is very rhythm based. So when it comes to that, if you can, you sort of got to keep it on the pulse because that's what makes it funny. But when things go wrong,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Other actors get annoyed if you start adding extra punches and slaps. Though. I, for one, don't enjoy that.
No, I imagine that's not particularly fun.
No, I think that would be... you do actually fight it... No, you fall in love with each other in the
Big time.
pantomime, I'm assuming.
Big time.
I mean, you do anyway.
Yeah.
Out of pantomime.
I mean, we share the same digs. We're sharing the same love, and
Help me.
yeah.
DCH, you're all actual musicians in the cast.
We all are. Some very skilled musicians.
Honestly, you're all
And me.
amazing.
You're there too. Yeah.
And this show is packed with great rock and roll hits. Can you tell us a bit more about the songs we might expect to hear?
Well, there's lots of classic soul numbers in there, which are very nice to hear. They're a lot of fun to play. But then there's a smattering of modern pop numbers where usually I'm playing a bass line that would have been played by a robot. So instead of the robots taking over, I'm clawing something back
That's
from them.
interesting. Yeah.
So there's I think there's something for every age, and also some of the songs have a different kind of twist on them to what you might be used to. So it should be a lot of fun, and there's so many of them.
There's a lot.
There's so many.
It's long.
I laid all the music out on my bed at the digs yesterday, and it completely covered it. So I've been using it as an extra blanket rather than learning them.
Yeah.
And
that's why it's called sheet music.
It is. Thank you very much.
That's why you're the Dame.
Hooray!
There you go.
a solo?
Eh? What?
Are you singing a solo?
I've demanded it, and they've refused.
Oh, you're not, are you? I didn't think
no,
that.
I've got away with it. Yeah.
God, I'm particularly looking forward to that.
By popular request, I'm not singing.
Okay, all right. Obviously, you sing quite a bit.
Ugh.
There's only two I take the lead in. A lot of BVs, though. Oh, no.
We were doing that.
I'm lying, ain't I? There's a few in the band stage. Why am I looking at you like you know?
I don't know. I'm not listening.
No one is
Basically, yes.
Yes. Thanks a lot for expanding on that.
I sort of do a lot of singing, yeah.
You have a
It's not
lovely
really
song.
singing, though, is it? It's more sort of noises in time.
Yeah. Is it hard singing in a Dame voice? Does that...
It's not far off my normal singing voice. So it comes incredibly naturally to me.
Yeah. The Dame has your voice, only louder.
Pretty much, yeah.
Joke time. Have you got a Christmas cracker joke?
Go.
Oh, all right, I'll go. But you're the expert on jokes. I've got one, but you probably all know this one. Why do squirrels swim on their backs?
Why do squirrels swim on their back?
To keep their nuts dry. Thank you.
Okay. That was very funny. Thank you.
Does that mean it's cut?
No, it stays. Everything stays.
Does it?
Yeah.
Right. Come on, master.
Well, no,
of the joke.
No pressure.
I spend most of my Christmas people not laughing at jokes, so I might as well get used to it now. My favourite always used to be two snowmen at the top of a hill, and one goes, "Can you smell carrots?"
Yeah, very good. I'm not even going to do the drum roll for that.
Wow.
It's a bit surreal, that one, though, isn't it?
It's very surreal.
Yeah.
Crikey.
Yeah. Well, the one. No,
Do your other one.
Oh, the one that you liked was this guy comes up to me and goes, "Do you believe in ghosts?" And I go, "Of course I don't, you stupid Elizabethan sailor."
See, that's a good one.
That's there we go.
Thank you.
It's not really a cracker one.
That's
That's a
one.
lot.
I
Of, that gets through a lot of ink. Well, you stupid Christmas Elizabethan sailor. They'll put it in Christmas Carol somewhere, won't they?
Are you living with each other at the moment? Sorry.
Yeah. The mortgage offers come through.
That's right. Yeah. It was cheaper for tax reasons.
Right, okay. We get a lot of that, don't we? We hear that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, both of you, for joining us.
A pleasure.
I'm sorry
Thanks for
this was
having
so
us.
short and sweet, but it's been very entertaining. Thank you.
No worries
Thank
at
you
all.
both.
Thank you.
Good luck with the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to... I'm not going to do it in this bit. You can save joke but share.
I'm not saying that. Absolutely not.
And now we welcome Tash McGeegee and Joe Butcher. Welcome.
Yes. Thank you.
Hiya.
Hello.
You're very welcome. Welcome to our show.
Joe, you are playing the biggest character, literally, on the stage, so the giant.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit more about the giant and the costume, as much as you can tell us?
Yeah, I don't actually know what I'm allowed to say.
Okay.
But I will tell you it's massive, it's heavy, it's sweaty, it's hot, but it looks awesome. It's got things that move. It's very lifelike. It's very tall. I think I could probably tell you. I think I'm about 12 foot tall in total.
That's quite high up, Joe.
It's a little bit scary, but it's great. It's so. I mean, it's cool. It's it's a new skill. It's you don't do much when you're 12 foot tall. In general life.
No.
And it's I think it's quite scary.
Also quite handsome.
Well, naturally.
Oh,
I'm inside it.
There you go.
Come on.
Boosting the confidence. I'm sorry, I take my hat off to you because I think that's quite high up to be. You don't have to do a dance routine or anything.
No, don't have to dance. I do have to a lot of walking, a bit of singing, some lines. But,
What about the fight?
Oh, yeah, there's a whole fight scene as well. I did forget about that. Don't record this.
Right, okay.
And Tash, you're playing Fairy Aubergine, also the giant's wife.
Yes, that's why I'm biased.
Thank you.
Obviously. This is about Fairy Godmother. So can you tell us about the magical moments for Fairy Aubergine, like the secrets to making that magic happen on the stage and live stream, like, again, as much as you can tell us without giving too much away?
I think with Fairy Aubergine, most of her magic is from the earth. So, like, she uses a magic leak.
Yeah.
So it harnesses the power of nature and the elements. And also it requires a lot of fairy dust.
Right.
Which I will be asking the audience to help me with, because obviously it's quite hard to manufacture fairy dust on your own, what with the fairy dust shortage at the moment. So I'm really asking people to dig deep with this.
I can imagine.
There's also some very...
None of this is in the show.
No, it's not, is it? You want to see me hot seat, babe.
Not a thing.
I'm sitting there going, oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you what's been happening in Fairyland. It's been insane, like the last 18 months. So, don't give me away. I'm trying not to give away the secrets of the show.
No, that's fair
You're doing
enough.
very well.
Thank you.
And not giving away anything to do with the show at all.
Well, that's part of the excitement of the magic. There's also some very fancy camera work that has happened.
That's true.
That is
I
true.
can vouch for that.
Right.
That's true.
Thank you.
Okay.
Which allows some of the magic to happen on screen for those in the theatre and at home as well. So lots of whooshing, lots of sparkles, lots of quick changes, actually.
Yeah.
Very quick changes. Keep your eyes
I don't know whether to
open.
believe it or not.
No, 100%. Keep your eyes peeled, because some of them are going to be real quick.
Oh, my.
Definitely at least one eye opener.
I haven't seen your costume, so I'm excited.
Oh,
now.
I wasn't
I
talking
thought
about
you
mine.
two were married. I mean, in the pantomime.
I wondered, do I need to tell my mum? Because I had no idea you felt that way.
I'm just constantly in character, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your method. We trained at the same drama school. So
I know.
obviously things were very different after I left.
Not that far apart though.
I was on the same site.
Where did you both train?
Rose
Bruford. Thank you.
3 years training.
And look what we've achieved.
Oh, it shows. It does. It really does. Now, Joe,
Yes.
I wanted to say this to you, and it's probably not as funny anymore, but I'm going to just say it. Joe, welcome again. I thought you'd be a lot taller, and it doesn't work now. But it would have at the top. But anyway, never mind.
But there you go. Look,
Okay, go.
everyone pretend that was funny.
All right. I knew it. I knew you'd love me. Right, okay. Actor, drummer.
Yes.
What else do you play?
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay.
I play a bit of bass, a bit of double bass. I play a very small amount of saxophone and keys.
Right, so percussionist, pretty much
Yes.
all the way through.
Yes.
Acting or music?
I think for me, the two always existed separately. Like growing up as a kid, I loved playing in bands and doing that kind of thing. And then I loved the theatre stuff. And I never really thought about the two being together until actually I went to the open day at Rose Bruford and went, oh, there's a course that does acting and music? That sounds quite interesting. And then, from there, really, that was it. And it was, really interesting. So I went as a drummer. When I started Rose Bruford, I didn't play any other instruments. And then during the time kind of picked up other things. And then my first job was actually playing double bass. And to suddenly be going, oh, yeah, crikey, like, this is really cool. And I'm doing something I never thought I'd do. But they're so different, but I love them so... I love them both the same that I couldn't choose.
Right.
And to do both is amazing. It's just really cool. And I think it looks great as well I've gone on to see actor muso shows and to see it as an audience member, you go, oh yeah, they're doing everything.
You are a bit in awe, actually, sitting in the audience. You think, how can they do that? And look, and they can dance. And they can dance.
Honestly, you guys just keep going every time. Now the talent comes out.
Just stop being so good.
And Tash, you've been on TV. I was looking at... I was, researching you a little bit last night.
I don't know if crime
nice word for
watch
stalking.
works. Does crime watch count? Because
TV stage, you've done quite a lot of the Globe, surely. You have. It says that you have, or is that a lie as well? Is there anything about you that's true?
Tash, did you go to Rose Bruford? Are you an actress?
I wouldn't like to say.
Right, we've come to that moment. It's Christmas joke time. Have you prepared?
Oh,
You see, this is what happens.
I've forgotten it.
This is what happens when...
Oh, no.
Come on, really? I've got one.
Okay, then.
I'll use my best globe voice.
As you like it. Sorry.
Oh, very good. Yes.
Oh, they just keep coming.
What does the sea say to Santa?
Oh, I don't know. What does the sea say to Santa?
Nothing. It just waves.
Right. That's quite good. I've never seen that in a cracker. But then, like we said, what's true, we never know. We'll never know with you, Tash, will we?
I mean, stop making me out to be an international woman of mystery. Everything is true. I'm an open book. I really don't lie. I'm really bad at it, actually.
Apart from about fairy dust in the show.
No, that was a question about magic. And I went down the route of magic.
Yes, you
I'm
did.
a fairy and a giant.
And a giant. And Joe, can you remember?
I've genuinely forgotten it.
Really haven't got one. Do you want me to give you one?
Yeah, go on, whisper one.
You could just say it and
Yeah.
we'll cut it out.
Oh, no, come
Wait.
on.
What kind of Christmas pastry hides in a bakery? I think is how it goes. A mince spy.
Yeah.
Has anyone else
Okay.
given you that?
I'm just getting some behind the scenes.
I thought you were filming this for evidence of how
Well,
badly prepared I was.
Please get behind the
Can't believe I
scenes
forgot it.
that Joe Butcher questioned my entire CV.
I had an hour off in rehearsals today, and I
Can't
spent the
believe-
entire hour looking at Christmas jokes, and I've forgotten every single one.
You'll remember it as soon as you walk out
Right.
the door.
Christmas pastry, I'm going to steal that.
Yeah.
Go on then, Joe, deliver it.
Oh, I've forgotten it.
Shut up.
Just leave
Wait,
it.
what's the best type of
What kind of Christmas pastry hides
Hides in a bakery? Gotcha.
I don't know, Joe. What kind of Christmas pastry hides in a bakery?
A mince spy. Thank you.
Right.
That was awful.
Tumbleweed.
Okay, guys.
Right, I'm going to let you go now, but thank you very much.
Oh my
Any
Any
of
time
this
of it.
usable? So
Comedy.
sorry.
He does comedy.
Do I?
Well, no.
Actor, drummer, comedian. Joe Butcher's the name.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
both.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
See you soon.
See you soon. Welcome to you both, Nick Bryan and James Haggie, and we're meant to call you Haggie.
I think everyone does. I think if you've got a surname like that, you normally end up being a Haggie, don't you? I think it supersedes James quite easily. Yeah.
There's a natural flow in that. Right, Nick, maybe start with you if that's all right.
Yeah.
Right, Nick, you first. Tell us about your character, Flesh Creep.
Okay, so Flesh Creep is panto baddie, but not the big scary baddie because that's the giant. So Flesh Creep is more of the henchman to the giant. So goes round, sees all of the people in the village, steals their gold, threatens them with being boiled in a pot, and their bones
General
ground
ne'er-do-well.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flesh Creep's lovely.
The giant's assistant, as such.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so terrifying or just moderately frightening?
Would like to think that they are a bit terrifying, but no one seems to be very scared.
I always wonder if there's like a finishing school or something like that for these panto baddies where they have to go to university and graduate with their little mortarboards that, you know, they can...
I would love that.
They got their 2-2 degree in henchmaning. Yeah.
We'll have to get Pete to write another
behind
episode.
the scenes. Yeah.
And Haggie, it's great having you here again at the New Wolsey. You're an absolute favourite here.
Well, I hope so.
And you're playing Billy. How
am.
are rehearsals going?
Good. Yeah. I mean, there's always the case with pantos where there's not enough hours in the day because they're just so complicated to do. And particularly being Actor Muso show, you're putting a play on, you're also putting a musical on, you're also putting a gig on. And this year with the COVID safety protocols and everything like that, we're putting a lot of stuff on video and a lot of extra stuff for people who are screening from homes and things like that. So it's been really fun. The filming's been absolutely fantastic, but it's just added another sort of little layer of complexity to that sort of trifle of panto mayhem that we're all going through.
Yeah,
But I mean, the great thing is that it's always a great group of people. So it doesn't feel like work when you're all just mucking about being silly, really. Yeah.
Just as well, really, because it's a long haul, isn't it?
It is, yeah, but every time you work here, it's kind of like a family.
Yeah.
So especially at Christmas, it's all about family, isn't it? So it's quite nice.
I was literally about to say to you, you've been here so many times before. We've had you on the stage plenty of times. It's lovely to have you back as well. You are a singer and a trumpeter as well as an actor. Did you play other instruments as well?
I do, and in this, I'm playing a little bit of drum kit.
Rocking out with the boys.
And flute, which we've started to call the reluctant flute.
Right, okay.
Because neither me or Danny really wants to be playing it.
But coming back to the new Wolsey, what does that mean to you?
Oh, it's lovely. And especially because throughout lockdown and all of that, I saw The Snow Queen. I sat at home and watched it streamed. And then I came to see Never Lost at Home as well. So it's just such a lovely place to be. And everyone supports everyone, whether they're in a particular production or not. They come back just to see it.
Back to you, Haggy, as well. So you're quite well known for being a bit of a prankster. You made me jump the other day, even in the office.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. I did get you good.
And sort of a comedy character in the show. Would you say that you're that off stage as well as on stage?
No, I'm incredibly violent, and I'm just glad they haven't caught me yet. But when they do, there will be some stories. No, I think so. I tend to get less funny as the run goes on, because the more knackered I get, the more I put up my little Z bed in my dressing room and fall asleep between shows like an old man.
You've been falling asleep during rehearsals under tables.
Yeah, I have my little nana naps. I can fall asleep anywhere. Yeah, so...
You get hangry, is that another one?
I do get hangry, yes. But I think most people get hangry if they admit to it, don't they? Yeah, I think that's a true condition, yeah.
So we're not going to put you under too much pressure, but we did really want your favourite Christmas jokes. Do you have?
I do.
Go on.
What fabric makes the best Christmas jumpers?
Don't know.
Feliz Navidad. Oh, I did that wrong. I didn't quite say Feliz. I just sang it. Shall I redo the punchline?
Do you know what? No.
I think that's great. Keep it in. Absolutely. You know what? We were talking about that at lunchtime, and all the ones I know are so filthy that they will be unbroadcastable, I'm afraid.
Right, okay.
So, but I can tell you one that you can cut out later, which is Dr. Pepper.
Don't know.
Because it's... Well, that's not going to get broadcast, is it? Snip.
We might work our way around that one. I've never heard that. Never.
Filthy.
Listen, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, try the beef.
Thank you to you both so much for giving us a tiny bit of your time, but I know it's so precious.
Oh, no, thank you.
Thanks for
Good
having
luck
us.
with the show, and we cannot wait to start watching the dress rehearsals and then the real thing.
Absolutely.
We can wait a week.
Yeah, see you in a week.
All right, thanks.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Next up, it's Jack and Jill, played by Neil Urquhart and Danny Piper. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi there, guys.
We'll start with you, Neil, if that's okay. So Jack is one of our most loved pantomime heroes. Tell us about your Jack. What's going to make him our most favourite?
Well, obviously, he's incredibly charming, you know. No, it's going to be really good fun. We're doing kind of traditional panto-y stuff, but there's a bit more bite to it, a bit more edge this time. There's a lot of some of the adult jokes, but obviously incredibly charming. You can sing very well, all of that good stuff.
Of course you can.
But yeah. I'm doing a bit more of a kind of country and western accent, so it's a bit of fun and something that I've not done professionally before, which is a bit of something new.
Yeah.
And he's your traditional panto hero. He's got a bit of bite to him because he's got to give as good as he gets when it comes to the dame and all the other kind of very unattractive, horrible characters that we find along the way.
Big characters.
Not you, Danny. Of course. I'm talking about big sweaty Steve and all that. Yeah. You know that. Kind
You're actually just sitting in his chair. He just sat there.
Yeah.
But no, he's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited to portray him.
Yeah, and you're finding the accent going all right, or a challenge?
It's great. Oh, I absolutely love accents.
Great, sounds
it's
great.
literally just a bit of fun.
I didn't
for
realise
me.
you hadn't done that one before.
Oh, no.
I thought you were just offering it because that's what you did. I was like, yeah.
Just throwing it in.
Yeah. God, I can do that one to save my life.
I just love them. Yeah, especially the ooh-ahs and all that. Lovely.
Yeah.
Bit of that. Excellent.
Yeah, it suits him.
So you're a natural, obviously.
And Danny, so Jill is traditionally the sort of darling of the pantomime,
Yep.
but she's got a bit more to her in this one, hasn't she?
Yeah, which is really nice. Yeah, she's been written with a little bit more pizzazz. I think just a little less passive that maybe sometimes she's been portrayed as. So it's really nice and fun for me. She's got a bit of bite. She kind of shouts back at some of the baddies, and she gets to do some of the like silly stuff in Act 2 with the Dame and stuff, which is really nice for me because the princess roles don't always necessarily get to do like join in on the fun. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to getting to be a bit silly as well.
Yeah, she's by no means a damsel in distress. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's not.
And you've played like sort of princess characters before here, I think, haven't you?
Yeah, so this is actually my third one here. The first one I did was Sinbad, and then I did Cinderella a few years ago, which was lovely. And then I had a couple of years off, and then pandemic, etc., etc. So it's really, really nice to be back. It is generally one of the nicest theatres I've worked at. Just everyone's lovely.
Yeah. So many people say that. There is definitely something special about this theatre.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason I think all the like actors come back here and cast and crew come back here because it's just a really, really nice place. Like, good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, even coming back for a costume fitting before we did this job, it was like coming home almost. Being like, oh, my friends are here.
Everyone was like, hi, oh my goodness, how are you?
So
Where have you been?
I was going to ask you that. How long have you known you're going to be Jack and Jill?
Ooh. Well, how long have you known?
Well, a while, because it was last year I got offered it. So 2020, we were going to do it, and then restrictions changed again. So they said, okay, sorry, we're not doing it this year, but we're going to try and redo it next year. And then maybe it was this summer, 6 months ago, that it was kind of officially definitely happening. So bit of a hard one to answer. So a while, a long time coming.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know until a couple of months beforehand, so it really made me wait on that one.
Yeah.
Just so.
That was all right.
Oops.
It's worth the wait, though, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Now, the show runs, but from the 25th of November to the 8th of January.
Yes.
You guys have to be so super fit, healthy. I don't know how you do it. How do you do it?
Oh, it's a lot of shows. So it's looking after yourself. It's, eating your vitamins, having a Barocca every now and again, and just trying to kind of keep yourself focused as well, because there's a point where you're getting to like, hey, here comes show 100 or whatever, when you're doing these kind of long runs of things, and it's just realizing that you're living the dream, even if it does feel like, oh, it's a 10 in the morning show and we got to be right up there, but there's somebody else out there who'd be dying to do it. So it's really, you've got to absolutely give it everything.
Do you wake up in the morning and think, yes, another day, I'm going to do it?
I do, but especially after what we've all just been through. It's felt like it's been a while. So actually, I feel like my stamina took a bit of a hit. So when we first started, first week of rehearsals, I was exhausted. I was like, God, I've forgotten how to do this, but it's slowly building back up again. But yeah, also just been so excited to get it back. So that does kind of help you go. And then your body just gets used to the routine, and then you get back into it. And I brought my NutriBullet with me from London, and I'm just absolutely chugging down smoothies every day. Vegetables. In the meantime.
And are you a fan of pantomimes, Danny?
Yeah, definitely. So I used to see them when I was younger, because actually my uncle is a drummer and he used to play for some pantomimes, and so I would go and see those. Really enjoyed it, then didn't see it whilst I was a teenager, and then I grew up, and then I had a lot of actor friends who started doing pantomimes, and then I came back as an adult and I was like, pantomimes are like filthy. Like, I didn't realise all the stuff that goes over your head as a kid. Yeah, and I was like, oh my God. I just think it is so much fun. It's just one of the very few genres in theatre where you can just be absolutely silly. You can really play. You can kind of communicate with the audience so much. Yeah. Like, it's, I really, really enjoy the uniqueness of it.
Neil, have you been in many pantomimes before?
Well, I did Aladdin 2 years ago. Right. In Ipswich.
You did it here, sorry.
Yeah, there's actually a photo of me on the wall over there, which is really nice. In a sparkly suit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm new here.
But that was in 2019.
Yeah, there you are.
So we did pantomime, and then started auditioning for things, and then pandemic. So it's been kind of like panto either end of pandemic, which has been really lovely. But yeah, I've been in that one before, and I always just went as a kid. Always went to the King's in Glasgow, and even now there'll be family get-togethers and we'll still go, there's a goose loose about this hoose, and all this like weird panto stuff that happened once years ago and is just stuck in the vernacular of the family. So it's been great. Yeah, I do love a panto.
Are you a long way from home then at the moment?
Well, family are from Aberdeen and Glasgow and all different bits of Scotland. So it's a little bit far from home.
Get home for Christmas.
Oh, no way.
Right. Okay.
There's no way we're getting
home.
Doesn't look like
you're that bothered.
Yeah, that's fine. It's all right. Like, at that point, it'll be like, I'll have a day off then. I'll have a couple days off. We're not doing Boxing Day shows as well.
Not.
So, ideal, right? But it's a long way just for a day. And, as much as it'll be a little bit sad, but you can Zoom the family and speak to them and eat a bit of turkey on your own, And there's going to be lots on the telly, so that'll be it, right? Catch up on all the Netflix stuff that everyone's talking about and I've just not seen.
Rest your voices, not talk for 2 days.
Absolutely. Voice rest.
Have a couple of drinks.
Of course, it's Christmas.
It's Christmas, yeah, really.
Exactly. Now, everyone's done this, so you guys have to do it too. Your favourite Christmas cracker joke, please.
Yes. I had a good one the other day. Let's see if I get it right. It was, what happens to Father Christmas if he gets stuck in the chimney?
I don't know. What does happen to Father Christmas if he gets stuck in the chimney?
He gets claustrophobia.
All right. That was good. Very crackery.
Thank you.
Quick on the sound
the brief completely beautifully,
Let that
Danny.
tumbleweed just roll away.
And what do you get if you eat all of the Christmas decorations?
Don't know. What do you get if you eat all the Christmas decorations?
Tinselitis.
I think we've had that.
We've had a tinselitis.
We thought there must be some crossover eventually, and eventually that got to back up or not?
Yeah, all right. Well, I've got another one. I do have a second.
Back up.
Yeah. Why are pirates great?
Don't know. Why are pirates great?
Because they are.
That's one of my favourite jokes.
It's just great.
Very, very
Simple.
Christmassy.
Yeah, and there's really no way you can mess that one up. Like, you got to try really hard.
I don't know.
I'm sure I could if I
I've seen
really
you
tried.
mess up a few.
Never.
I don't know. Hey, you guys are meant to be in love. Be nice to each other. Jill. Listen, thank you very much for joining us. We cannot wait to see you on the stage. We wish you all the luck and all the success with the forthcoming pantomime, Jack and the Beanstalk. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
for having
guys.
us.
Thank you to all of our guests and to Catherine for co-hosting this show. Jack and the Beanstalk opens on November the 25th and runs right through to the 8th of January next year. And it's showing at the new Wolsey Theatre in Ipswich. You can watch the show at the theatre, but if you're not close by or you prefer to watch from home, every show is being live streamed. So no matter where you are in the world, you can join in. Thanks for listening to the Suffolk Pod Show. Find us on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram, or you can visit our website, podtalk.co.uk. And here's our disclaimer.
The Suffolk Pod Show will not be held responsible for any omissions or errors in its podcast.
The Suffolk Pod Show is produced purely for entertainment purposes. Views and opinions are that of our own or that of our guests.